Hello, hello, hey, sweet people. Welcome to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. Today, Inglês no Rádio live. So we are live on Instagram. I don't know if it's working or not. Alexia, how are you doing?
I'm fine. What about you, Foster?
I'm doing well. I have to say I'm a little bit nervous being on camera and also looking at my computer. It's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's Saturday. We are here with people who love us. And, well, take Buddy as an example. I think he doesn't care at all.
Hey, Bebe.
And we shouldn't care as well.
Yeah, so we are recording on a Saturday, and right now we are in Portugal, and during the weekends in Portugal, there is like a pretty serious lockdown, so you can't leave your house. We can leave when we're walking our dog, but that's more or less it. So we decided to record some podcasts and show you guys what we do all day.
Work.
Yep. So, Alexia.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about today?
I mean, you already chose what we are talking about.
Yes. And you kindly agreed to the topic today, which maybe this is going to be just one episode. Maybe this will be like 10 episodes. I don't know. As always, let's just go with the flow.
Yes.
Is that cool?
So, Foster, what are we talking today?
Today on the show, we are talking about 10 people on Instagram, 10 rules for a quiet life. What do you think about that?
Okay, so when you say quiet, you want to say like calm and relaxed and being able of really enjoying it.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
So let me explain just to give a little bit of context. I am reading from a website produced by Ben Curtis. He is a nice British chap, a British guy, who started the podcast Notes in Spanish. So he was really the inspiration for Inglês no Rádio.
Yes.
So we love him. I love everything he does. Hey, Ben, if you're listening to the show, I know you aren't. We love you. And occasionally he writes on his blog, which is notesfromben.com. And recently he wrote a post called 10 Rules for a Quiet Life.
Mm-hmm.
So he talks a lot about like meditation, Buddhism, yoga. His wife's also a yoga instructor and a podcaster. They're just cool, calm people. And I was thinking, in 2020, we could all use a little more calm, a little more quiet, a little more tranquility in our lives.
Yeah, I would say like how to use our time better, right? Because I mean, we are being forced to be more calm, to be at home, who can be at home. And like, it looks like we have time to spare and we don't know how to use it wisely.
Yeah, that's really the big point for me is if we are at home 24 hours a day, probably we are going to fill our time with just like, I don't want to say curse words on the show, but with bullshit, you know? We're scared of being bored. We're scared of being in our own minds. So I think Ben is kind of addressing that problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. But did he write like bullet points about it?
Bullet. Almost. Okay, bullet.
Bullet.
Okay, you're saying but it's bullet.
Bullet.
There we go. Bullet is the thing that comes out of a gun.
And bullet? Nothing. It's me just saying it wrong.
Bullet é uma bala, né?
Sim.
Okay, so yeah, Alexia, he has bullet points, a list of 10 items, but underneath that, he also explains each point much more in depth.
So he wrote about it. How many points about it?
10. 10
Okay,
rules
10
for
points.
a more quiet life, or just a
Okay.
quiet life.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? We could do all 10 and then discuss them more generally, or do you just want to, I can read one point and then we talk about it and we can see how long that takes?
Yeah, of course. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of hearts on Instagram, so I think that's a good sign. Okay, rule number 1, how to live a more quiet life. Alexia, can I get one of those sweet drum rolls, please?
No, not live. Never. I'm not going to do it live
Please?
at all.
Buddy, can I get one of those sweet drum rolls?
Okay. Drrrr.
Rule number 1, to live a more quiet life. You're not going to like this one, Alexia.
I know this one.
Rule number 1, no series, only films. And aim for heartwarming and great films that really improve life. What do you think about this first one?
BS.
BS?
Yes. Okay, let me explain why I don't like this one. I think that only movies, why? There are a lot of shows out there that they are extremely well done and they are as good as a good movie, you know?
Yeah. Can I give you a little bit of context? Because Ben talks about it more. I think it will make more sense.
Okay.
So he said that that he and his wife did not have a TV for like 10 years, and now they have a TV, and he started watching Netflix, and he realized like, oh, he can spend 4 hours a day watching Netflix. So now he's trying to reduce the quantity of time, and removing series was an easy way to do that. Just giving you the context from his perspective.
Okay, but we are giving our context, right?
Yeah, sure. Go for
Our
it.
perspective. So I think that, okay, you don't need to spend 4 hours watching 90 Day Fiancé or The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, but you can find like really good documentaries and really good series or shows, right? That's the way that I say it.
You can say both, series or shows.
And good movies as well. So I don't agree with that.
Okay, cool. So would you change this at all? For example, would you reduce TV or maybe be more selective about what TV you watch or something?
Choose what you're gonna watch. I mean, don't spend time watching things that you just know that they are not gonna be good for you for many reasons. But I mean, enjoy your time watching TV or reading or whatever. You always have to choose the best thing for you. So I think that's the point.
Cool. I think I agree with that. I think the important point here for me is I don't do this as much with TV, but I do this like with podcast. Sometimes I just don't want to think about my life, so I just listen to something. But it's just like for entertainment. It's just background noise. But I don't really feel better after I listen to it. So I think you should try to choose any sort of information or material or entertainment that makes you feel good after watching it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And if it's a reality show, go for it. I'm not here to judge at all. Just choose it carefully because I like reality shows as well. So
Okay, cool.